Hello, my name's Jon Baker and I coach business owners to get more from their teams and more from their firms. So here's one thing that I've recently listened to 3 or 4 people do. They were complaining about their staff. They were complaining about them and how they didn't understand them. And then they went on to sit there and say, their behaviour makes no sense. What's going on? And you can kind of imagine where the conversation went from there. But I stopped and I said, well, there is no point in you complaining about your staff. Not to me, not to anyone, perhaps talking about it with the staff concerned. So number 1, stop complaining about them. Number 2, can you try to understand what they're trying to talk about, what they're trying to do? Because number 3, I can almost guarantee to you that their behaviour makes sense to them. Makes sense to them from their perspective of what's going on. So now thinking about those 3 things. So number 1, don't complain. Number 2, try and understand. And number 3, their behaviour makes sense to them. While you think about those 3 things, then think about the next bit. You want to change them, I presume. So number 1 is to try and understand things from their perspective. Because if their behaviour makes sense, I know full well that you need to understand it from their perspective. Because otherwise all you're doing is judging them. And I don't know about you, but I don't like being judged. And then once you've started to see things from their perspective, that's not necessarily agreeing with it, but seeing it from their perspective, start to question them from their perspective. Because it's hard to change somebody, but you know what? If you start to question them from their view, they may well start to question their own behaviour and therefore change it. So you can't change somebody, but they can change themselves. So that's a great idea of a way to do it and get more from your team. My name's Jon Baker. I'm a business coach. I help business owners grow from 5 to 50 employees successfully, sustainably, and while they still retain some sanity. Thank you.